Max, this was the moment of truth, and you've continued where you left off last year. How happy does this make you?
I'm particularly happy because my whole weekend up until qualifying was very difficult. I couldn't really find the comfortable balance I had in testing, and I was just struggling a lot to, just get the car together, really. And I went into Q1 and everything already felt a bit better, but it was still not, let's say, perfect. I'm very, very happy that in Q3 we could put these laps in. I still think it's not perfect, but in the better direction. So for sure, for the next race, we'll have to analyze a bit why from the test to the race weekend it's so different for us, and also for me driving-wise. But nevertheless, I mean, we are sitting here with two cars. So coming off last year, I think this is again a very strong start for us. So very happy with that.
How much have you had to change the car this weekend?
A lot. I went left and right and back to the middle and find a bit of a compromise. So that's a bit unusual that you make such big changes. But like I said, luckily in qualifying, that's probably the best balance I've had throughout the weekend so far.
Given those struggles, how good was that final lap in Q3?
Yeah, the laps were good. You come out of qualifying, you always immediately analyze your lap, right? And overall, pretty pleased.
So, what about the race? How confident are you feeling in the long run?
That should normally be our stronger point than the one lap pace. So hopefully we can show that again tomorrow.
Checo, coming to you now. This is Red Bull's first front row start here in Red Bull. So a great result here in Bahrain, I should say. So a great result for the team. Anything more to come from you in qualifying on that final lap?
Just like Max said, the balance has been really different from testing. We've done plenty of kilometers here, but we came to the race weekend and we found a very different balance to testing. So we've been working our way through. We've been making massive changes from one side to the other. I think in the end, we knew we had to compromise a bit the quali pace for tomorrow's race. So hopefully that will pay out tomorrow. Generally, I wasn't that comfortable with my balance in qualifying, but I think as I progressed, I was able to learn my way around the balance I had and get a good Q3 lap in the end, but not enough to beat Max.
Checo, you talk about how the balance has changed from testing to this weekend. Can you just tell us a little bit more about that? What have been the struggles exactly?
Well, I wouldn't go too much in detail. It's just that we found quite a different car to what we had in testing, and we don't understand what's the reason behind it. Could be wind-related, temperature, many variants that I think after the weekend we will have a bit more of an idea. But for now, we got to focus for tomorrow.
Is this the same car that you had in testing, or has it got upgrades on it?
As far as I know, it's the same.
Okay. Looking ahead to tomorrow, where do you see the main challenges coming from? Do you think Charles is going to be quick? Can you challenge Max for the win?
Well, the Ferraris definitely picked up throughout. I think they were sandbagging a bit through the first days of testing and during the weekend. They're definitely there. They're very strong, so I will expect them to be in the fight for tomorrow's race. And you can already see, that it's not only Red Bull and Ferrari. There are plenty of other teams that have joined the competition. So, I mean, if you don't get a perfect lap in Q2, Q1, you really have to put more tires on. So, the competition has increased, certainly, for this year.
Coming to you, Checo says you've been sandbagging until now. Is that the case?
I don't know. Definitely not as much as...
Maybe you found a sandbag in the car.
I didn't find it myself then, and I'm not aware of it. I mean, we found a lot of performance in qualifying, but a lot of performance. We were in the fight, which is something that I probably did not expect. So it's a good surprise. To tell you where we found the performance, I'm not really sure. So we need to look into that, because as much as we need to understand the bad days, I think we also need to understand the good days. That's how we will improve. But good that it's like that. But we also need to be realistic. I mean, those guys and also Aston Martin seems to be really, really quick in the race, which is why I think we made that choice in Q3 to be willing to lose 1 or 2 positions at the start, but having new tires to put all the chances on our side, which I'm sure is the right choice, but let's see tomorrow.
Look, if you had another go in Q3, do you think pole position would have been possible?
I mean, I hate saying yes, it will have been, or I mean, it's difficult to say, but for sure, seeing the margin on the first set, I knew there was a bit of time to find, so it will have been close.
All right, and just looking ahead to tomorrow, the long run pace of the car versus Red Bull, how do you see it?
They are quick. They are really quick. Hopefully we have another good surprise tomorrow. Of course, for now, we don't know in which conditions they were running in FP2 when they were doing the race simulations. Looking FP2, they are very quick.
Well, that's another question to Charles on the same topic, please. What was the part that fell off, and what did it feel like when you brake for turn one? Because we saw you locking up. Was it a result of that?
The part I honestly don't know, because I haven't seen any images of it or whatsoever. Yeah, probably. But yeah, the lockup, I think, was just me being too optimistic in braking for turn one. I don't think it's. I mean, I didn't feel anything particularly.
Question to Max, but the other two can add if they want to. Are you surprised that the field as a whole seems to be much closer this year? I mean, the gap between you and Nick, who was in P19 in Q1, was only 1.1 second. Are you surprised by that? And secondly, is it extra proof that the direction that F1 went in really pays off now?
Not really a surprise. I mean, if you look at most of the cars, they all copied each other. So, yeah, everyone is getting smarter, you know, over the years anyway, with the same regulation. And, you know, if you see that one car particularly is doing quite well over a year, you'll try to copy some things. And that's why I think, of course, naturally everyone is getting closer. And in general, of course, understanding the car a bit better.
Jacko, Charles?
Yeah, certainly the competition is a lot closer now. You can see it straight from Q1. You cannot do a mistake even if you are on a top car. So yeah, that's nice in a way, and it will only get closer as the season progresses. So yeah, we welcome the competition.
Yeah, for the field closer, I will probably wait and see tomorrow also in the race pace. But in quali, for sure, it seems that we are all closer, which I think is great. It's more exciting. And I mean, qualifying sessions like Q1 and Q2, which for us, I mean, for the top teams, whenever we had that big margin, we could do a little bit whatever we want. Now seems to be a bit more on the limit, so it's nice.
Guys, we're going to end with one more, an email question that's come in from Claire Cottingham at Race Fans. There's going to be a change to the qualifying format later this year, going to be tested at 2 races, beginning at Imola, in which you have to use hard tyres in Q1, medium tyres in Q2 and soft tyres in Q3. What differences, if any, will this make to how you approach the qualifying sessions? And would it have made much difference if that format had been in place today? Can I just get your thoughts on that? Max, start with you.
I hope it's not going to be cold in Imola. Otherwise, it's going to be quite tricky. But yeah, it's the same for everyone, you know. But I don't think we need to actually do these kind of things in qualifying. I don't really see the benefit of it. It's better if we make sure that all the cars are closer to each other and more competitive, instead of spicing things up in that way, which I think is, yeah, probably for the show.
Okay, Jacko, your thoughts?
Yeah, I just think it's for the show. I think we don't need that. When you see the qualifying we had today, how close everything was, you don't really need to change anything. But we'll see. We'll see once we try it, but I don't think there's a need to change something that it's working well.
Yeah, I don't feel there was a need for change for that, but let's try and see.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much. Well done today and good luck in the race tomorrow. Thank you.